Israel versus Palestine. Versus the right word, probably. Israel versus Palestine, or Israel versus those guys. Rally on yesterday, Tuesday, the 12th? 12th? What day is it? 12th? On the 12th? But so went to that. It was really interesting. Just watching the story play out. I felt myself getting a little bit caught up. I didn't know what was going on, like really, but I was there and in it with enthused and the scattered hostile individuals. So that was fucking interesting. Um, yeah, yeah. Lots going on there. I had my sister take a picture because there was a little bit of a symbolism happens quandary, little snapshot, but the whole thing, like start to finish, was I didn't see it start to finish. I got there kind of late, but it seemed like the narrative was very clear. There was a speech, and it was definitely. I had the thought, like, there's a reason they call it a movement, because when I was there, I definitely felt moved in a sense. So you can see how it starts at the ground floor for these sorts of things. Because I myself felt moved, and then just like it catches fire. That was my experience there. What else? I picked up. Well, there's things going on in me, and sort of like in the peripheral, my peripheral sphere, that were a little bit stress-inducing. I picked up a cigarette and I wrestled with that. So I've been smoking cigarettes. The old cancer inducing sticks, which does sucketh. But I've still got my goals on the table. Got a interview coming up in the next 2 weeks, which should be really cool. And then there's people I'm talking to for interviews there. So there's the interviews, the YouTube business section. Going to be doing more Disney commentary stuff. Hopefully. Oh, did you guys hear about that? It was pretty cool. A little bit off on the side. We'll put this off on the side. There was a Studio Ghibli might be pairing with Disney, with Pixar. So I thought that was cool. They released this little picture with my neighbor Totoro guy standing next to Sully and Mike Wazowski. And I just watched that video, that part of the movie at work. It was just playing on the TV. I guess they have Disney Plus over there. So yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. Mike Wazowski, that guy's a romantic, man. That guy's romantic. That guy's my level of romantic, man. That guy's just on it, freaking. There's horn dog, and then there's elevated, like, horn doggery, and that's romance. Um, so yeah. But, one more about Mike Wazowski. That one eye, one track, right, right, and then there's Sully, and he's sort of like he's the big old bear, big old safe bear, the big old bear, um, friends with Boo, and yeah, sort of there's a part of him that's sort of like I don't know, he's tough. That's an integrated shadow. They both have integrated like parts of themselves. Like you got Sully who's integrated his anger, uh, his aggression, and then you have Mike who might have had some of that, um, but has integrated his like sexual desire, uh, and you can also sort of see like the anime integration. You can see the anime integration with Sully too, because he's friends with Boo and has like a soft spot for her like antics. Like he can handle uh, the feminine. Um, so yeah, monsters, but they're also civilized because they work for a corporation, right? So that's odd. Um, yeah, yeah. What else? What else? Yeah, I'm gonna try and get more people with the podcast, um, which you know. One second. Oh, I had to shut that. Yeah, I got work. Yeah, yeah. Kind of behind on the readings. Okay, I'll get back to those. Let's do a reading from George MacDonald here. This is from C.S. Lewis's anthology on George MacDonald. Nothing is inexorable but love. Love which will yield to prayer is imperfect and poor, nor is it then the love that yields, but its alloy. For love, for love loves unto purity. Love has ever in view the absolute loveliness of that which it beholds. Of that which it beholds. Where loveliness is incomplete, the love cannot love its fill of loving. It spends itself to make more lovely, that it may love more. It strives for perfection, even that itself may be perfected, not in itself, but in the object. Therefore, all that is not beautiful in the beloved, all that comes between, and is not of love's kind, must be destroyed, and our God is a consuming fire. That gives way to divine burning, who will shake heaven and earth, that only the unshakable may remain. He is a consuming fire, that only that which cannot be consumed may stand forth eternal. Is the nature of God so terribly pure that it destroys all that is not pure? It's fire. It's fire, which demands like purity in our worship. He will have purity. It is not that the fire will burn us if we do not worship thus. Yea, will go on burning within us. All that is foreign to it has yielded to its force. No longer that it's pain and consuming, but as the highest consciousness of life, the presence of God. How should the Hebrews be other than terrified at that which was opposed to all they knew of themselves, being judging it good to honor a golden calf? Such as they were, they did well to be afraid. Fear is nobler than sensuality. Fear is better than no God, better than a God made with hands. The worship of fear is true, though very low, and though not acceptable to God in itself, for only the worship of spirit and of truth is acceptable to him. Yet even in his sight it is precious, for he regards men not as they are merely, but as they shall be, not as they shall be merely, but as they are now growing or capable of growing. toward that image after which he made them, that they may grow to it. Therefore, 1,000 stages, each in itself all but valueless or of inestimable worth, is necessary in connected gradations of an infinite progress. A condition which declension would indicate a devil, may a growth indicate a saint.
Do you want to take over out here and I'll have a nap?
So, may growth indicate a saint. Can be any comfort to them to be told that God loves them so that he will burn them clean. They do not want to be clean, they cannot bear to be tortured. Sinai. And is not God ready to do unto them even as they fear, though with another feeling and a different end from any which they are capable of supposing? He is against sin, in so far as, and while they are in sin one, he is against them, against their desires, their aims, their fears, and their hopes, and thus he is altogether and always for them. The thunder and lightning and tempest, that blackness torn, the sound of trumpet, that visible horror billowed with the voice of words, was all but a faint image of what God thinks and feels against vileness and selfishness, of the unrest of unassuageable repulsion with which he regards such conditions. 7. No. When we say that God is love, do we teach men that fear is groundless? No. As much as they fear and come upon him, possibly far more, the wrath will consume that they call themselves, so that the selves God made shall appear. As much as they fear will come upon them, possibly far more, the wrath will consume that they call themselves, so that the selves God made shall appear. 8. The law of nature. That which cannot be shaken shall remain. That which is immortal in God shall remain in man. That is in them shall be consumed. It is the law of nature. That is the law of God, and all that is destructible shall be destroyed. Escape is hopeless. The man whose deeds are evil fears the burning, but the burning will not come, the less that he fears it or denies it. Escape is hopeless, for love is inexorable, and our God is a consuming fire. He shall not come out till he has paid the uttermost farthing. I'm glad I wore these. 10. The Word. But herein is the Bible itself greatly wronged. The nowhere lays claim, regarded as the Word. The Bible leads us to Jesus, the inexhaustible, the ever-unfulfilled revelation of God, Jesus Christ in him. Are hid all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge, not the Bible save us leading to him. Okay, guys. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. And I cherish your viewership. It's a very powerful force in my life. So yeah,